It gotta make sense. Really, it gotta make sense. For someone to love me and die on the cross, and I chose not to even repent. God really loving the kid, despite what the government did, despite what the color he is. It's really been loving them tears. Whoa, paid that, now I can't lay back. Got me on a mission for the Lord to read my apex, making sure they all see the point, no index. Love for my brothers and sisters, no incest. Stepping on incest, call them the haters. Cup runneth over with the Lord at my table. Flesh get wicked, the spirit be able. Not rocking with canes, my circle be Abel's. Not living for fame, I'm living to save him. Put it on God, look what he gave him. Seen all flaws, but he still saved him. Might get hard, but it ain't no shaking. Them face all odds and they still can't break them. Soul been awakened, game for the taking. Stepping on demons, I'm stepping on Satan. I try to stay righteous, but I could go Jason. Just look what I'm facing. God gon' walk. When I say a prayer, listen, God gon' talk. Feel it in the air that my God don't watch. Might fall down, but my God don't poke. I'ma tell the truth, I done came from the mud. Moving that work with the cane in the bud. He can give you more than the pain with the drugs. Died on the cross, that was pain for his love, and he did that for us. Voices in my head, they keep on talking to me. It feels surreal, cause I know the one who parted the sea. I know it's real, cause I still see Jesus walking with me. I'm getting chills, cause I know that Jesus talking to me. God gon' walk, whoa, whoa. God gon' talk, whoa, whoa. Jesus walks, whoa, whoa. Jesus walks, whoa, 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 whoa.
Red letters on page, no, I don't like sage. I pray to a sage. At the end of the day, I'm ready to rage. I'm breaking the chains, I broke out the cage. I stay in my lane, I don't even complain. I know that he reigns, I know that I gain when I call on his name. Cast down the pain, I filtered the brain. I stepped out the plane, not the way that I came. If you gon' talk the talk, the walk and lean on the rock, they gon' give you that glow. You can never count me out, I stop the clock. I know they get jelly when they look at my coat. Look at my feet, don't look at my boat. Walking on water, don't give me no flow. Walking on dry land, I don't get soaked. Shaking up God like give me my home. Bible get caught, pray to a pot. Buying up stress till it comes to a stop. Curses drop, breaking locks. Buying up hate till it comes to a stop. Buying up fear till it comes to a stop. Spoiling plans that the enemy plot. Open the door whenever he knocks. Nothing over God cause I put him on top.
Voices in my head, they keep on talking to me. It feels surreal, cause I know the one who parted the sea. I know it's real, cause I still see Jesus walking with me. I'm getting chills, cause I know that Jesus talking to me. God gon' walk, whoa, whoa. God gon' talk, whoa, whoa. Jesus walks, whoa, whoa. Jesus walks, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sorry about that. I was on mute. This is Kimberly Howard with Let's Talk Gospel, and thank you guys for joining us this evening. As you can see, my team looks different again tonight. I have Angie Coleman Scott from The Next Level Up, and I also have someone I'm excited about. Yay! Tony D's in the house. Thank you. How's everybody doing this evening?
Good.
Doing good. We're wet, but we're good.
You wet? Oh yeah. Is Debbie's down there with you?
Yeah, Debbie's a Debbie Downer. Yeah.
I'm expecting her in the morning about 8.
Yeah, she's gonna be knocking on the door. She's gonna be there for a minute too.
They've already sent the warnings, and I'm ready. Food, candles, and all that.
Smart,
Angie,
Kim, smart.
How you looking this morning? I mean, sorry, this afternoon. I'm still sleeping.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kim. I know you had a long weekend. While you had the long weekend, I was enjoying the weekend. Thank you so much, Kim.
Tony, you ever had somebody come to your family reunion and they can relax, but you can't?
That's what you did, Angie?
She relaxed. Every time I came in my room, she's just relaxing.
I had a ball, Tony. Okay, I had a ball. It was a working situation, but I had a ball, and that's why I'm thanking her right now. But I came back to hot Atlanta, and went on back to work, Miss Kimberly, and we had no rain. How about that?
You haven't had any?
Mm-mm.
Not even
Yeah.
today.
Mm-mm.
No
How
rain
does
in
that
Atlanta?
work?
No rain in Atlanta. Not today.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm-mm. Not today. So
I feel some
yes.
type, I feel some type of way about that.
I do too.
That's why I'm like, wait a minute, Tony. I know where you are. And how did we get? Okay, it's all good.
It's raining now.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand how you didn't get any of the.
We listen, Mother Nature. Okay, please believe her.
So Angie brings the sunshine, so that's what it is.
Oh my gosh.
That's my
We
brother
we
right there.
definitely need to move on right now. All right, tonight we have the extraordinaire,
Mm.
awesome, an awesome artist out of CHH by the name of Rio 24K. Let's bring him in.
Yay.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
What's
Hey.
up,
Welcome,
bro?
welcome, welcome, Rio. How are you this evening?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I'm excited to be here. So I'm definitely doing well. How about you guys? Everybody's all right?
Well, good.
Every- Everybody's
Well,
good.
good.
Tony's getting wet, and I'm expecting to be wet by morning.
Where are you guys located? Well, if you want to share that
Oh
on
yeah,
camera.
go
Yeah.
ahead, Tony.
I'm from Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Right in the
And
backyard.
I'm in Charlotte. So
Okay.
we kind of like we're in a state of emergency actually.
Yeah, y'all
Uh,
are.
yeah,
In,
we are.
In Charlotte?
In
Yeah,
Charlotte, they are.
yeah.
Oh,
They
And
are.
wow.
so they told us we should, be really getting pounded by 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But we're just expecting heavy rains and floods. Those further down the coast, like Wilmington and all those places, are going to be getting it.
We're gonna keep y'all
Oh,
up in prayer.
oh
And
yeah, that's
just
great.
like Mary said, we had no rain here in Atlanta.
I just
Yeah.
don't understand that.
It's weird. It's weird because like you were saying, Rio, Tony is down the street from us, and he's
Yeah.
getting all kind of rain. You know.
Yeah. It's been a dry day for me.
Where
I'm
are
here
you
in Atlanta.
located?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh,
He's in
you're in
Atlanta
Atlanta
too.
as well. Okay,
Yeah.
All right, so Rio, Angie, and Mary, y'all ain't gotta keep rubbing that in.
that's right.
I'm done. I'm done.
You just keep swimming, Tony. Keep swimming.
I'm good.
So, Rio, can you tell our audience, who I want to first of all, thanks for joining us this evening. You could have been anywhere you wanted to be, but you are taking your time to spend with the Let's Talk Gospel podcast show, and we greatly appreciate it. So, Rio, can you please tell our listeners who is Rio 24K?
Real 24K is a man of God, a father, a husband, a rapper, um, a brother, a great friend, and an inspiring artist to really just change lives through my music.
And can you tell us, when did you know that you wanted to reach souls through um, Christian hip hop?
Like 2014, so like 10 years ago. So I was making secular music prior, like right out of high school,
Mm-hmm.
and doing the same old thing. I was running around being crazy, me and my homeboys, and moving around the city. This is when I was living in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and I just hit that place where I ended up getting baptized, ended up finding the Lord, and then I honestly stopped music, but someone spoke to me and was like, "Man, I feel like you got this talent for a reason. You shouldn't stop, being that you became a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Since now that you became a Christian, you should use this talent and glorify God with it." So like around 2014, but I've been doing it on and off since.
So you're from Miami?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in
Okay.
Miami.
What was
Yeah.
childhood like for you?
Uh, Childhood it was a lot of good days.
Mm-hmm.
I would say typical to a lot of people. My father was in and out. He wasn't a full-time father. I'm the youngest of five siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, I'm the youngest of five siblings, and we grew up in a rough neighborhood, I would say, and a neighborhood called Little Haiti. But then I'm sorry, I gotta text my wife real quick.
The queen is first.
Always family first.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was that way last night. You know, I had a few people calling me. Yeah, I gotta get off this phone.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. But
Oh, you good?
yes, yeah. So yeah, I grew up the youngest of five. I pretty much followed my brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and they chose the street. I chose the street right along with them.
Mm-hmm. It typically happens that way. So at what point did you decide this is not it for me? I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, 2013.
Mhm.
2013, we was going through some issues in the street. I did have a lot of issues with people in the street, and spiritually, I would say I went through kind of like a spiritual warfare.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And in Miami, that's really heavy. I don't know. And when I say spiritual warfare, I'm talking about like I don't want to sound crazy, but like spiritual warfare, like dark
You're not,
magic in the street. If you
you're
guys
not crazy
understand what I'm
on
saying.
this platform, man. We get it. We understand and we believe it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so there was dark mat, when you I don't know, a lot of gangs, a lot of people who are into like the gang life,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
a lot of them indulge in that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
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 So it was a lot of that in the street, and I feel like it went a little too. I'm not gonna say it went too far because I
Mm-hmm.
was obviously willing to go far with it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know, something just hit me to where I was like, man, I can't do this. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what it was that came to me and just started making me trip. But I know my cousin died, and that was supposed to be a different type of incident.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just remember being at my cousin's funeral when the pastor said, you could do three things. You could run from God, you can ignore God, or you can change your life and accept Christ. And
Wow.
I knew I said I can't ignore him because
Mm-hmm.
I feel this presence too strong. I can't run because I don't know where I'm going. So I think the next best thing for me is to accept him. So
I have a question.
absolutely.
Um, so for you to get to that point, right? And what I'm looking at the funeral was really like a turning point for you in your life, right? That you want to
Mhm.
get serious with God at that moment in time. But you know what, Rio? There's got to be some sort of underlying, some sort of foundation that was there. Was it your mother, grandmother, grandfather, father? Was it anybody in your life that actually set that example for you?
So my brother ended up getting saved in I don't know what year that was, 2010, I think,
Mhm.
2009. I'm not sure when he got saved. Like 4 years prior to me getting saved, he got saved. And obviously this out of the five of us, this is the brother that I'm closest to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So um I pretty much me and him pretty much did a lot of things together. So I remember when he was going through his transition,
Right.
and we would just have talks in the kitchen,
That's what's
and
up.
he'll be like, man, you should choose God. There's gonna be a rapture. There's gonna be all that. And I was like, bro, I'm not trying to hear that. Like, I don't care about none of that, bro.
We all
But
did it now. We all did it. I was the
yeah,
same way.
I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear
You
that.
got to hear
But
it.
because you're my brother, I'm gonna listen to you. So I started going like right when I graduated.
Hmm.
I started going to church just to go. Like I never grew up in church. So I didn't start going to church until I was like 20 years old. So I started going, but I was just going just to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was one of them who would show up and I'm not there at all.
Yep.
After I leave, I'm going right back into what I was doing.
Yeah.
So my brother, I would say my brother really spearheaded everything for me because I would have dreams and stuff like that. And then the moment when I was ready, I contacted him, and then he connected me with my church in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
where they studied the Bible with me, and we went through discipleship and the whole 9 yards of putting your hands to the plow and not turning back. So my brother was the one who really set that up, and God used him. So
I always wonder how is it when your homies and your people that knew you before, when you were in the streets and you were doing your thing with them, and then they run back across you and see you a totally new person. How was that? Were you able to, share your testimony with them? Anybody that you was running in the street with maybe have been converted by, your change and seeing you? Because I know they knew exactly how you were, and they're like, "Oh man, Rio's different, man. What's up with that?"
Right.
yeah, so I got one friend of mine who changed his life. Actually, two. Two of them who I still talk to daily whenever they going through their because we kind of broke off. We're still close, but
Mm-hmm.
we kind of broke off because I started on my spiritual journey and they went deeper into the street. So he ended up going to prison. I connected with him while he was in prison. So then he came back around. We still contact probably like once or twice a month we talk, but he did change his life. And I think the thing is, without me saying anything, my life um, speaks for itself. There's the scripture, I'm gonna butcher it, but it says, "Watch your life and your doctrine."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say with my friends, being that they knew I was a hothead, they knew I was one of those active type of people. They knew they were right there next to me. So when they hear me talk and when they see my stories, they know that it's real. And I think that's what impacted a lot of people. Like my other homeboy called me like a week ago and telling me, man, yo, I'm so inspired by what you're doing. Yo, bro, keep it up, keep going. It doesn't help him to change, but I know that when they go through their dark moments, that they contact me. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I know that when they're riding in their car and they don't want to listen to something crazy, they'll put
Mm-hmm.
my music on.
Mm.
That's
Not for me to know, but for them to listen to.
awesome.
Because based
Mm-hmm.
off what he told me, like, bro, I went all through your page listening, looking for this specific song, bro. I listen to it all the time. So for me, that's just sparking, that's planting the seed. And then I got my other homeboys who they love to keep the relationship. Is from what I see,
Mm-hmm.
they accept me as much as I accept them. And for me, it's all about mirroring Christ to them, knowing that I love you. I don't love the behavior, but I love you though.
Oh, that's what's up.
So
Man, I'm so glad that you said that they listen to the music to give them something different to listen to, put them in a different headspace, and that you get some satisfaction, gratification from that. And I'm glad you said that because sometimes I wonder, like the artists, when they put music out, what are they really putting the music out for?
Mm-hmm.
So many
yeah,
of the artists are chasing the accolades and the numbers and the streams and all that. Yeah, that's part of the business. But if you're really honest about what you're doing, you should be trying to put music out that's going to, impact people's lives. So how do you feel, man, when people hit you up and say, "Yo, Rio, man, that song really did something for me, man"? Because I know, how I feel when people hear my music and say, "Man, Tony, that music was really blessing to me." How do you feel?
it doesn't seem real at times. I'll be honest with you because I don't know, man. It is sometimes it just doesn't seem real. I'll say because like I don't know how to describe it. You know how everybody can see certain things about you except for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So and I guess God does that for a reason to keep us, humble and not allow us to become arrogant, even though
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we still do become arrogant. But nonetheless, it does feel great, but um, it just doesn't feel real at times. It feels like, wow, I can't believe you actually listening. Like my brother texted me. because my brother ended up being a lawyer, and he texted me that a judge is listening to the music, and I was like, I would have never thought in a million years a judge
Yes.
would be listening to the music, right? Especially when you come from something to where you're at today. I ain't expect that one. That to me, that hit different. That just lets me know, like, what I'm making, what God gave me the opportunity to do can bless anyone who's listening.
Yes. Yeah. Music is universal language. And then on top of that, because you're doing God's word, it transcends all understanding. So we'll never understand how God's word will hit someone, especially in those quiet and dark places. Congratulations.
It's crazy. It's crazy when I look at it. Sometimes it don't seem real. Sometimes I check out and I have to come back to reality and like, nah, this is for real. You really gotta lean into it, because I be trying to back off it. So
okay, Rio, what I want you to do is we're going to go to a break shortly here with one of your songs, but can you tell us about the next song we're going to play, which is called Honest?
Honest was really just a fun record, if I'm being honest. It was just a fun record. Me and my boy Knack put together. So you're gonna hear me talking wild crazy on there.
Okay.
But it was just a fun record. We got the Christian clubs out here, and they got something like in a couple other spots. So, back then when I used to make worldly music, that's what it was all about, making that type of music. So when I was going through beats, I heard the beat and I was talking to Knack and I was like, man, I'm not gonna lie, this would be dope, bro. Like, let's go ahead and put this together like how we would have did things back in the day. So I just came up with the melody and I was like, bro, we made a whole Christian bop. And that's just how it came about. It was really just a fun record. It was something that was just a spur of the moment thing between me and Knack, and we put it together. Okay,
well, let's let our audience hear Honest, and we'll be right back with more questions.
Hey. Name another who hotter than G.O.D., let's be honest. Name another hoogie that for the free, let's be honest. Big step of this truth, all of my jeans, I'm just honest. Hope giver, this all bigger than me, I'm just honest. Put you on a plan, you could hit for 50 bands. Ain't got no haters, my haters turn into stands. Holy stepping with Jireh, the great I am. Then he came and walked the earth, the son of man. Everybody get touched, no diddy. At the top it's just us, no kids. Waiting on me to sign 3 milli. By the time I'm 45, 450 M's. And I really walk with God. I'm him, correct your lens. Real back for show life, got highs and lows, I've been doing 180s. Shut the fuck, let's go someone you should know this about to go crazy. I know someone who give you more life and no maybe. Check the spirit glow, I've been giving more diamonds, dancing like Davey. Yeah, go crazy. Yeah. Honest. Yeah. Hey. Name another who hotter than G.O.D., let's be honest. Name another hoogie that for the free, let's be honest. Big step of this truth, all of my jeans, I'm just honest. Hope giver, this all bigger than me, I'm just honest.
Can't be true, hole in the hand, put a finger right through. I got the ghost, don't call me boo. I ain't even called, but he still came through. Took a little L, but I still can't lose. Crossed by the click, gotta pray for the crew. Gotta keep my cool in a real good mood, cause I like my sky just a little light blue. Wait, what's the draw? Win or lose, I set the bar. Call the shots, I up the score. If it's war, I break a jaw. Life ain't free, gotta pay the part. Put good neck, gotta play my part. Ducking stones and ducking darts. How you in, not how you start. How you in if you ain't paid ties to the good guys and you still told them lies. You in heaven like how I made it, you can't believe your eyes. I did this for a good guy, so don't feel obliged. And my life got green lit, couldn't stop it if you tried. You blind?
Yeah.
Blind or
Yeah. Honest. Yeah. Hey. Name another who hotter than G.O.D., let's be honest. Name another hoogie that for the free, let's be honest. big step, but it's truth all in my jeans. I'm just honest. Hope giver, this all bigger than me. I'm just honest.
All right, I gotta say, I need that joint right there. That's fire right there, boy. Let's be honest. I like it. I like it.
That was
that was a good one. That was a good one.
A Shar was saying, one of the people in the comment, where are the Christian clubs?
Well, you know, there actually used to be a Christian club in Atlanta.
I know.
And I went a couple of times. You know, they had juice, and they had a DJ, and they had music. But I don't think it stayed open too much.
We got one down in Augusta, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah, it's called the Spot on Walton, my place.
Oh, we're on our way. No, I think it's a great idea, though. Really, you guys.
Yeah.
Have a Christian club.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, man, that was just one of our little fun records, man, that we put together. So we had I forgot his name. He's in Orlando, and he does a Christian club in Orlando. And for the people, it's called the Ark. The one in Atlanta is called the Ark.
Okay.
They got Club Praise in Orlando. They got some in Tennessee. Yeah, the way things been going, it's been changing for the space. So
where's the one located in Atlanta called the Ark?
I don't have the exact address. Let me.
Let's see. Mary said she knew something about the one in Atlanta.
Oh, no, Mary no. Shame on me. Shame on me.
Mary know everything.
She does. She does.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna tell you the address. I just Googled it. It's 355 Georgia Ave, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia.
So it's downtown. It's like right outside of downtown.
It sure is.
Char
said we gotta find that one. So yeah, Char, we gonna actually do you ever perform there at all?
Nah, I never performed at the Christian club in Atlanta. It's kind of hard to get in there to really kind of mingle, because me and a million other people trying to get in there. So it's kind of hard.
So I have a question for you, Rio. So if someone was to ask you who would be your top 3 CHH artists that you would like to collab with, who would they be?
Top 3, No Big Deal. No Big Deal is 1. Miles Minnick would be 2. Who's my 3rd one? My 3rd one would be Bizzle.
You know, Bizzle's name has come up quite a bit lately. I need to call him and get him on this show.
Yeah, Bizzle's the truth.
Yeah. Okay, so who would be your top 3 that you would collab with in the secular music?
It'd be more R&B.
Okay.
Okay.
Her. Let me see, who else would I do something with? Tim's. And let me see, who's one more? Maybe Killer Mike.
Okay.
Now I can see that. I can see you a Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be something deep.
Why did you choose her?
I just like her voice. Her voice is really nice.
Okay.
I really love her voice. And then Tim, same thing. I like her accent, and I think her foundation. I think she's probably still searching on with her. I think she has a solid foundation that was rooted in Christ at once upon a time in her life. But you know how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me ask you this. I know you're probably a student of rap and probably now a student of a CHH, gospel rap, whatever you want to call it. I've been listening to it for a very long time. If I tell you how long, then you're gonna know how old I am, and I still want to try to maintain my 31-year-old.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good.
But how have you seen the evolution of rap in general, from both sides, from the secular side, from where it was back maybe in the 80s, 90s to now, and even on the gospel rap?
So, mind you, I didn't get on to Christian rap until like 10 years ago.
Okay, so let's tell us from 10 years ago to now on that side, because it has changed a lot, because the CHH sometimes follows the secular rap as far as styles, flow, beats, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so man, I think when it comes to music in general, everything copies from somewhere, right? So you got majority of this stuff started with this is prior to me even being born. You got guys like Big Daddy Kane, and you got guys like what's this other guy, man? I forgot the other guy's name. But you got these guys, right? Then you went on to Wu-Tang and these guys who set the trends. And then, of course, you got the Tupacs and the Biggies, and you got all of that. Fast forward to CHH 2013 when I got in. #1 guy, Lecrae. You couldn't. There's no way you talk Christian music without talking Lecrae.
Without his name coming up.
Yeah. Then you get Lecrae, and then from there you go into Lecrae's whole camp. You go Tripoli, Andy Mineo, Tadashi, and then you start to sprinkle out of that, right? And at once upon a time, it kind of only felt like there was only Lecrae. But I think the game has changed so much, and which I know a lot of us hate it, but we got to thank social media, because it's no longer just Lecrae. It's D1, it's Miles Minnick, it's No Big Deal, it's
Forward Nation.
Yeah, anybody you could think of.
Yeah.
You can go 30 people in CHH who are making noise, and they're not just making noise on the level of they just have followers. I mean, they have real deal followings, and they're really changing lives. You got Brian Trejo in Texas, who's changing lives out there. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he has a huge movement of people, of believers that follow him. You got the Bizzles, you got all these people. Personally, I think CHH, and I'm really not being biased when I say this, but personally, I think CHH has surpassed regular hip hop at this point. I think the only difference is between CHH and regular hip hop is regular hip hop has the machine behind it, and CHH doesn't have the machine. Now, but that's coming.
That's coming. I was about to say that's coming.
Yeah, that's coming, because I actually met with a few people. I spoke with a few label people, not for me to get signed. I'm not trying to talk like that, but I spoke with some label people who expressed to me that they're coming for inspirational artists. That's what they want. That's what the labels are looking for. Good. So if you're paying attention to the market, you'll notice that a lot of sorry, that's my dog in the background. But if you're paying attention to the market, you'll notice that artists are actively getting signed and taken off the board to go to major labels now.
Okay.
So I think that you're gonna see CHH do exactly what Afrobeats did, to where how you look up and there's another Afrobeats artist, there's DeVito, there's Burna Boy, there's this artist, there's that artist, and I think you're about to see CHH go through this crazy renaissance of, wow, that's a Christian artist, that's a Christian artist, that's a Christian artist, and it's not gonna be your typical names. It's gonna be new people.
Right. It's happening now. Well, it's happening now, and I want to piggyback what Mary is saying. Mary's saying that social media is helping that tremendously.
Yeah.
Especially platforms like these, and platforms that are growing like these, that are putting these CHH artists out. Shar Marshall is a friend of mine who's in the industry, and she's saying that she's never heard of that. But as we continue to share and support one another on these platforms and continue to bring you guys out, it's going to still make waves. It's still going to make its way into mainstream. Just you watch. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mike.
No, absolutely. Because I know Atlanta, I think it's 106. I forgot what station. They just opened up a gospel hip hop station. I forgot what station it is. I could look it up, but I know the guy did a interview with Bizzle recently. And a lot of that stuff, when you see that stuff, so like let's say you guys this show here, I wouldn't be surprised if iHeart comes and contacts you guys to say, hey, we want to add you guys to our show.
We're going to
Because
say yes.
because I wouldn't blame you, because the infrastructure is being built around CHH now. And I know I don't want to sound like that guy, but the people who are creating this infrastructure is the labels. So they're mirroring hip hop, but they're doing it for CHH. So they need more podcasts. They need more radio stations. That's why you're seeing Christian clubs pop up. That's why you're seeing everything happening. So the Christian artists can begin to tour. They're looking at it from a money standpoint, but in all actuality, it's a God standpoint, to where now you're hearing the gospel being spread more and more and more. So now the gospel is actually infiltrating the music industry at this point.
And I just have one more point on that, because with the pandemic, once we saw these major churches dismantling, where do you think people are getting the word of God? From y'all.
Yeah.
Especially young people, because young people are like, you know what? Y'all doing some crazy stuff in some of these churches, but when I'm listening to Rio, he's speaking to my heart. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox. I can talk about that all day.
No, and you're right, Angie, and I'm glad that that is going in that direction, because I'm really tired of just the same old artists being acknowledged over and over, year in, year out, when there's so many great artists like yourself. So I am just being introduced to you tonight, Rio, but now I'm gonna be following you because I'm a fan.
I appreciate that, man.
So yeah, man, I'm excited about what's going on. And man, shout out first of all to this platform, and the Real Level Up platform, and also, man, Holy Culture Radio on XM. Man, that was an amazing opportunity for rap to be on XM radio, man. I mean, they are doing it up big. So if you guys hadn't listened to Holy Culture Radio on XM, I forget what number. But man, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they playing CHH music, or rhythm and gospel, R&G, rhythm and gospel music. So yeah, man. But it's time for you guys to really get shine, because I tell some of the senior saints or middle-aged saints who still kind of hate on hip hop, and I'm like, if you forget about what society says that rap is about and listen to what they're saying, man, you guys know the word better than some of these preachers out there.
Yeah, you are so right about that.
Unfortunately.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because to be able to spit what you spit and create your lyric flow and your content, man, I'm talking about you have to have time studying your word, man. So, man, continued success to you, bro. And we really praying that Christian hip hop will be that voice for the next generation.
No, I definitely will.
The only thing that scares me about the major labels getting involved is that they like to change the way things are. So do you see Rio, as Christian hip hop artists, them allowing the artists to come in and the labels to come in and make changes, major changes?
Yeah. So the thing that makes it tricky when you're going with a label is those contracts.
Yes.
And when you have certain stipulations in the contracts that says that artists must adhere to all label marketing advice.
Yes.
and then they turn around and when you submit in your music, and they're like, yeah, but you said Jesus 5 times already. Like you said it on one song, don't say it for the rest of the album.
Yep, yep, yep. And
And
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, that's the part that, if I'm being real 1000%, that's the part that can get tricky, because I'm just gonna give y'all my opinion on it, since it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little fearful, but I don't want to be a pessimist, because
Right.
I know that one thing that happens is some people will sign a deal and their career will end after that,
Oh.
because they'll get put on the shelf,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll tell those people who signed, they'll be like, well, I want you to I don't know who's a gangster rapper. Let me think of a gangster rapper. I don't know. Kodak Black, right? They'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, do a song with Kodak Black. And Kodak Black is talking crazy on the song. And you're like, yeah, but that doesn't fit. And they're like, well, you're not listening to us, and we know what's best for you and your career. So since you don't want to listen, how about no more budget until you're ready to listen?
Mm-hmm.
But see,
So
I don't mean to interrupt, bro, but I'm against labels. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm against them. I think that I do understand the funding that they put forward, but if you got to go through situations like that, then I don't need your money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With, like Mary said, and we said just a few minutes ago, with social media, TikTok and Instagram and all these other grams and tops out there. You know what I'm saying? You guys can develop a following if you strategically do it correctly to draw people back to your music, to your SoundCloud, to your whatever you're using, and then I'll give an example, and I think it could be the same way for you guys in certain markets. Monica Lisa Stevenson, gospel recording artist, when she was coming up, she just went from church to church to church on her own dime. On her own dime, she sang at choir rehearsals. She sang at Bible studies. She sang wherever she can get. I'm exaggerating, but she sang at any opportunity she had. They would accept her in, and she did this across the country. And she didn't ask for a lot of money. She gave love offerings, and it probably was expensive on her dime. But now, 15, 20 years later, in that area, she's a pretty well-known name. She's a strong B artist that can get $1,500 to $2,000 or more. She's had #1 singles on the charts. So I think if you do the legwork now in some markets, because gospel music is more accepted in the churches than CHH, but in some markets, I'm quite sure that you can develop a following and just do it yourself. So I'm against those labels, man, because I'm like you. I don't want to be dictated by what the message that I'm spiritually supposed to be relaying just because you holding a couple $100,000 over my head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
yeah, it gets wicked. I could say you got to get 5 signatures before you can release. So it definitely gets wicked. I don't know what the future holds, but I do think, because I don't want to be a pessimist, but I do think it will have its ups and its down. That's what I think. I think we'll see artists who are doing really good. They got with a label and they disappeared, and it's not because the artist didn't want to do it anymore, but contracts and everything. And then I also think that we'll see something great from it. But I think, like, if you can compare where CHH is at today, I would say CHH right now is in the 2005, 2008 era of hip hop right now, where you have a bunch of people who are emerging and about to do real big things.
Kirk Franklin should have started a label. That way he'd allow everybody to have their creative flow when it came to CHH.
I thought he did.
I don't think he has it anymore though.
No, I don't think he has it anymore.
Yeah.
And I thought he did, but the one thing that happened with that label, it wasn't enough funding. But
Mm-hmm.
it started, Kim, before everybody understood what social media could do. I think he ought to revamp it. I think he ought to bring it back. And I think he
That's
will
what I was
get,
saying. He
yeah,
should start another label. I mean,
yeah,
because he was way before his time anyway
yeah.
when he
He
first came
was.
out with his first song, and I believe he paved the way for things like CHH to come along and be able to do what they're doing.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
Kirk. I think Kirk is the one who got Maverick City the opportunity.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Hey, Rio, I got a question for you, man. Which one of the songs that God has given to you has ministered to you?
Of my own songs, or
Yes, yes. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to get your own music to minister to you?
yeah, I did a song called "Proud of You."
Proud of you.
Yeah, I would say that was the song that, because it was me speaking to me, but it was after me coming through kind of like a dark place, I would say. So like, I'll just do the beginning part of it with the hook. So I said I was just a youngin' running around with the click. Fast forward now, praising God with these lips. Um, Wifey right behind you if I fall and I slip. Time to be a man. I'm the captain of my ship. Everybody talking, but they don't move like this. Couple years later, and damn, I forgot my own lines. Uh, Fresh out the water, and I still got the drip. I'm proud of you. Do what you wanna do, but move like your father do. So that was one of my songs that ministered to me, I would say.
That's what's up.
Now, those are kind of lyrics I want my sons and my future grandsons to sing. So keep going.
Hey, Proud of You did pretty good, man. A lot of people made TikTok videos to Proud of You.
Oh, did
Oh,
they? Don't
congratulations.
Yeah. You
don't have
see,
me on here on
I mean,
TikTok all night, Rio.
no, I mean, listen, my TikTok ain't jumping like that, but if you type in Real 24K Proud of You, you'll see
Uh-huh.
over 200 videos of people coming out of addiction,
Wow.
people graduating from school. That song was ministering to people for real, for real.
Wow.
Okay.
Man, hey Rio, I might have a whole new artist profile highlighting Rio music, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
That's what's up.
Now, Rio, can you tell our audience where can they find you on all your social media platforms?
Rio underscore 24K on all social media platforms and on Apple Music uh, and Spotify. It's just Rio space 24K.
All right. Any websites?
I'm working on my website now, which is
Okay.
going to be real24k.com. I actually have my guy working on it. We have some merch that we're working on, some shirts, some baseball jerseys, some soccer jerseys. So we're just waiting to get all of that finished before we launch it. But I'll definitely tap in with
All
you guys
right.
once everything's launched.
Oh, we're gonna have you to come back again,
I just followed you, bro.
especially
Oh, for sure.
to hear your music.
For
All
sure.
right,
For
and
sure.
I want
I
to thank you.
appreciate it.
I want to thank you, Miss Angie Coleman Scott, for joining us again tonight. Girl power, girl power. Orlando's not here. Yay, we could do what we want to do. Oh
No,
yeah, oh yeah. But let's
I
talk
appreciate you
gospel.
guys for having me.
And we're glad to have you as well. And Tony, if you could just give a word for our audience tonight before we sign off to Rio's run to you.
A word like a word of inspiration.
A word of inspiration.
Okay. Well, I always my inspiration daily is Proverbs 3:5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own
And all your
understanding, and all your
understanding.
ways acknowledge God, and He will direct your path. That's what I try to live my life on.
Mm-hmm.
Am I successful every day? Of course not. But I try my best to live my life so that he'll direct me. So I'm going to just share that with somebody out there, man. If you're trying to figure out what direction you want to go in, what moves you want to make, trying to walk out the vision, and it feels like you're hitting your head up against the wall, just trust in the Lord and let him lead you. Don't follow your own understanding, because your own understanding 9 times out of 10 will lead you down the wide road. But stay on that narrow road, and man, I'm telling you, you'll see things that happen in your life that you would never be able to even grasp. He can do exceedingly abundantly above all as we can even ask or think. So yeah, man, that's if I had to leave a word of encouragement, that's what it would be.
You encouraged me this evening. I want to thank everybody out there who took the time to give us your allow us to come into your homes and talk to you and get some knowledge from Mr. Rio 24K, listen to his music. Rio, go over your social media platforms one more time.
Facebook.com/Rio24K, and that's RIO 2, the number 2, the number 4, and then the letter K. And then Instagram @Rio_24K, TikTok @Rio_24K, and that's RIO_24K.
I got one more quick question. Was that your name before, or did you change that? And what does Rio 24K mean?
So no, that wasn't my name before. My name before was Cash, but my name is Mario. So Rio is just what people will call me for short, for Mario. And then the 24K part, I just added that as a symbolization of purity, because 24K being the purest form of gold. So it was just me trying to symbolize that, me being in a pure state now that I'm making Christian music.
Oh, wow. That's good. Now,
I just want to give
I'm
sorry, Kim. I just want to give a shout out to Orlando. Thank you for having me on your platform, my brother. You're doing much success. He just said that he wished he could be on right now, chopping at the bit, but you're doing a great job, Orlando. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Orlando. Appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you, Orlando.
Rio, can you tell us about? We're going to go out on your track, "Run to You." Can you give us some information on "Run to You"? What inspired you to write it, and what is that track about?
So "Run to You" is, for me, I feel like it's a dynamic track because it's a little different. It is very inspirational. We have 3 guys, myself, Elston from Tennessee, and Nac Daniels again. "Run to You" says what the title is. You have Elston. He starts the track off. He's like he has the auto tune, and he's coming in very melodic. And he says, they think just because I'm a Christian that I don't got problems, but in Christ alone is where I get my remedies. He's starting off with just powerful words, and that's where he says, "Lord, please don't come away from me. Draw near." I know I'm forgetting all my own hooks, but he says, "Lord, I run to you, surrender unto you, give it all to you, this is none of me, all of you." And that's just pretty much what the song is, being patient and making sure that when you go through your ups and your downs, you're still running to God.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us for Let's Talk Gospel. We see you here again tomorrow night. And here is "Run to You."
Against the goal and I can't hear your voice in my head. Remove the scales from my lenses so that I can see clear. Lord, I run to you, surrender unto you, give it all to you, this is none of me, all of you.
Lord, I come to you and I give you all of my fears. Still thinking about little K when she died, been a couple of years. I know the goal to get hope, but I gotta start it off with my peers. And all the times I lost sight, truth is you was always right there. Yeah. You the reason my soul move. I don't move off of old news. Run to you like I'm told to. You the one I give hope to. Life been testing my patience, but for you I keep waiting. You the one I'ma call on. Equation to all my problems.
Lord, please don't pull away from me, come near. I know it's gonna go a long time for my problems, but now I'm here. How could I kick against the goal when I can't hear your voice in my ear? Remove the scales from my lips so that I can see clear. Lord, I run to you, surrender unto you, give it all to you, This is none of me, all of you.
As I run to you right now, with my tears down to the ground and my hands up to the clouds, I just keep falling back down. I just keep falling back down, but I'm here to make you proud, and I'm going to a place where the fear isn't allowed. You said it's okay to cry sometimes, and when I feel alone, your arms are open wide. The anchor to my soul, I feel you all around. I'm holding on to faith, I can't be counted out.
Lord, please don't pull away from me, come near.